Hello? It's me, video game guy. This is SABLE, and I'm guessing that we just click settings, have a little looky-see, and then we start. Everything looks fine. Frame rate 30. Get out of here. We're gonna go in VSync, which should be 144. Level of default detail. Yeah, let's make it high. I think this game relies heavily on draw distance, so if you're playing lower than that, might not be a good idea. Anti-aliasing on, line weight, thick, thin, or default. Let's go default. Colors. Ooh. Text scale, default, photo mode on. Yes. Controls. Show controls. I'm using a PlayStation 4 controller. Why do I have a big speckle on my glasses? Yeah, I'm using a PlayStation 4 controller, so these keys are wrong. For example, jump being A, jump is probably X, and yeah, these are probably all wrong. I guess we'll find out though. Sit is down, and photo mode is up. Interesting stuff. Hold to hover, hold to accelerate. Yeah, those are really good controls for accessibility. Like having toggles to sprint and stuff is really good. Especially in a game that's pretty accessible because it's rated E for everybody, right? I think this game's actually a free plus. I don't think they have an E for everybody in America. So anyway. Let's go. How many saves do you get? That could be free, that could be infinite, who knows? So yeah, this game has really good reviews. It's casual, it's kind of a walking simulator. I don't know much else about it. I know it's about 15 hours long. I know that there's an achievement to collect a bunch of little pickups, but you only need like 60 of them out of the 100 and whatever. So that's pretty good. And it looks like this. It looks like a kind of old school Mobius drawing. Actually, I might give you a little bit lower volume. I think theirs better, maybe. I don't want to drown out the game too much, but I want you to be able to like hear me when I'm not shouting and screaming. Actually, maybe I'll go even lower than that. Let me listen to the stream back a second. That's fine, actually. That's fine. That's a big old face. I know we're in a space desert, and I know it's one of those games where you have to try and work out what's going on, based on kind of visuals and seeing stuff, right? That there is a story, but it's not going to be clearly explained, is what I think. Kind of like maybe Ico or Shadow of the Colossus. This ceremony, view quest log. I should head back to camp. Oh wow. So even though the frame rate is juicy smooth, right? Like 144 shenanigans, the actual animations are 15 frames per second? No, less. Can we sit down? Let's try sitting down. And then this is photo mode. Ah. Oh, wow. It's kind of cooking my graphics card to run this game. I didn't expect that. Let me double check what I'm at here. I'm at 100% GPU usage and 65 C on a GTX 1070. So kind of cooking. Not too bad, but it's a thing. Whoa, FOV. Guess you can kind of use FOV as a zoom, even though there's lensing at the sides. It's different from a zoom because of the lensing. Tilt. A full 90-degree tilt? Umurangi Generation had like an 85-degree tilt and it really annoyed me. Oh, and we do have a free camera. With collision on it. Cool. I don't know how much we're going to use the photo mode. The one thing I don't like about some photo modes, and I mean, it's kind of true of a lot of them, because they're built for consoles, they don't actually have a button to take a photo. Like, it sounds like a really obvious thing, but, you know. Why don't we have a button to take a photo? I get it, and then I also don't. Like, I get it, you could screenshot this, but that's an additional step. I don't know. Anyway, how do we get out of this? Like this? I'm pressing down, which is the sit button, and she's not standing. I'm trying to jump. Okay, we're up, we're up. It's like we're in low grav. The way that she jumps is very low gravity. Maybe that's because there's no fall damage in the game, so the low gravity makes it seem more realistic. That she wouldn't get hurt by falling. Wonder what this looks like in 720p. With such a thin line weight, you kind of would want this to be higher than 720p, but, you know, stream limitations. Can we climb this? We can. So climbing is just like you run up to the ladder and it climbs. This is cool. Cool game. Again, I think because when you jump, it's in the low grav, there's no fall damage. I'm guessing that the fire is camp. You can sprint while you have enough stamina. And I'm guessing this triangle is the stamina. And you maintain speed into your jump. Cool. Cool. I can feel Jaddy smiling behind her mask, just as I know she can feel the teeth bearing a little grimace behind mine. I'm nervous and she's softly, sweetly amused. In her eyes, I probably have very little to worry about. You know you have nothing to worry about, don't you, Sable? I'm gonna say I'm not worried. We're gonna be a girl boss. I think we're a girl. Yeah. Tell her I'm not worried at all. It's possibly the least convincing I've ever been. You can say that, my love, but I know who you are. I know how you are. You're gonna be nervous until you've started, and then you'll act like you've been doing it your whole life. Remember the first time you rode a bike? You wouldn't even let me put you on the seat. You were so afraid your hands were like little claws gripping onto me. I feel the memory in my fingers. So, the italic, or like the thinner text is thoughts, I guess. But then I promised you, oh my god, I keep having to cough. What is it when I sit down to stream? I just like start coughing. The air's been like really humid today, so I should be fine for coughing. Like normally humid days, I don't cough as much. It's just uncomfortably hot. But like today, whew. Then I promise you it was going to be alright. I told you how much I had loved riding my bike as a young woman, and how wonderful the wind felt through the fabric. Suddenly, there you were. You sat down, you leaned forward and put those little grasping claws on the handles, and you were off. And I remember thinking, just watching you tear over the sand, look at her, she can do whatever she wants. Jaddy reaches out and places a hand on the edge of my mask. And you can, Sable. I take a breath. Why are they wearing masks? Why are they not touching each other's actual faces and looking at each other's faces? Like, I saw that guy with a prosthetic leg, which makes me think there's, like, high technology in this game. But, obviously, everything else looks really low-tech. I'm gonna say I think I'm ready. Thank Jaddy for the encouragement and tell her with a nod, I think I'm ready. I know you are, so let's get you started. You'll need to talk to Halal and Driss. Driss should already have made the arrangements for your bike, and Halal will share something. Well, let's say as useful as it is fun. I think I might suspect that Jaddy's saying, but I stay quiet. After that, I suppose we'll see you off. I'll be back soon. Don't go planning your return before you've even left. Take all the time you need, it's a big decision you're making out there. I tell her that's why I'm eager to make it. Choose well and quickly, so that I don't go too far down the wrong path. Whatever you decide, you do so with my blessing. So don't try using me as an excuse to come home early, eh? She knows me. Now go speak with Halal. I'll be there to see you off. And speak to Driss as well. I told her to arrange your bike and with Cizo, but you know how he is. I have something to give you, a compass, to help you on your journey. It's the same one I used on my gliding. An artifact, you might say. I take the device in my palm, it fits naturally there. Perfectly weighed and crafted, each component sliced together with incredible satisfying precision. Did she shrink? Did I used to be as tall as her? Oh, wow. We got a compass. So here's an interesting thing about this game. You know, in sci-fi things, they try to name everything different things. So, a bike will be like, your land speeder. I like that they're just calling it a bike. The only strange words we've seen so far have been people's names. Alright, that was some money. Cizo looks busy. I should leave her to it. Is she also a woman? Is the whole village women? I wonder if the whole village is gonna be like women. Very interesting smoke. Can I jump into it? Whee! What is this thing? Postbox. Logging in. Hello, Sable. Unread messages 0. Have a good day. Thank you, suppository-shaped postbox. Hello. As I approach Halal, they give an enthusiastic wave. I've always appreciated Halal's verve and vigor, and on a day like this, I'm ready to watch it. With a touch of nerves for balance, Sable, take this, a gliding stone. Halal hands me a small, round stone. As it nestles into my palm, I feel warmth, not borrowed from Halal's hands, but emanating from within. I run my thumb over it, and find it softly electric like static on clothes. Thank you. I thank them for the fuzzy rock. Oh, Sable, you don't know what this is, do you? I'm just giving you... It's a gliding stone. What do you feel? I tell Halal that I feel... electric? Then you're doing it right. What you feel on that stone is openness. I look at the stone, it seems quite closed. Gliding stones are vessels for the perpetual. They suck up its power like little sponges, hold it there for you to channel. Right now it's empty or dormant and waiting for you to fill it up. I ask how I can do this. Take it to the temple ruins at the edge of the canyon. You'll be able to activate it there. Halal claps their hands twice and bobs a little. I appreciate their good mood at a time like this. Come back to me once that's done. I want to hear all about it. As I'm about to leave, Halal stops me. Oh, you haven't gotten your bike yet, have you? It's a bit of a trek to the temple, so go see Driss. He was fucking hell am I reading? He was meant to get that ready for you, yes? I remember Jaddy's words now, and tell Halal I'll go and see Driss. So Halal's using they, them pronouns, I just noticed, right? So, and then Driss is using male pronouns, so they're not all women. Oh, we can grab on ledges. That's cool. 3, 2, 1. Nope. Okay, I missed it. So you gotta be at least a little bit accurate with the jumping on edges. What the hell is this? A workshop for bikes? Pretty cool. Weird kettlebell design. It looks like a kettlebell and then like, I don't know, arrows. Very weird, like, animation. Like, why have the choice to have the animation like this when the rest of it, like I'm saying, is perfectly smooth? Like, it's 144 FPS, except from when it's not. Is there a way I can... Yeah, we're still on VSync. VSync half. VSync half would be, 72 FPS for me, right? I've never seen that as an option before. How is it that Saima manages to contain so much chaos and verve in a small form? Even now, there is something troublesome. There is something troublesome being dreamed up behind that mask. I know it. That's a beetle. Ibexi red dye. The dye bottle of the colors of the Ibexi red bike. Ibexi? As in like an ibex the animal? Or Ibexi as in like some random thing? Oh, that's a ledge. Because of the game's graphics, you can't really tell that's a ledge unless you look at it from a different angle. Whee. Alright, cool. What are we doing? Give me my bike. What up, big head? Though I've told myself not to be too eager, it's all I can do not to race up to Driss. Driss is the camp manager. He's been difficult to get a hold of lately, but now I strongly suspect that he's been working on my bike in secret. Perhaps it's extra beautiful, or has some custom feature. What will its name be, I wonder? How fast will it go? Will my legs feel sore? Or will I get used to it? Driss turns with a bit of a start. Sable, hello? Jaddy sent me to speak to you. Did she? What about? I tell him it was about something special and then make a leading gesture, slowly trying to perfectly cool and confidential. Yeah, hinting, but... But I can't do it. I'm too keen, and the words spill out. I asked Driss if he might, sort of possibly, maybe have a bike for me. Your bike? He yells it like it's an idea he's just had. Your bike! Yes, of course. Right. Yes, your bike. That I was meant to, that I prepared for you, because today is your... gliding. Driss nods along with me. Yes, of course, right. Yes, yes, I do have that. My blood runs cold. Has he forgotten? By which I mean I arranged it for you in a, well, it's sort of a tutorial for you. A tutorial? Yes, exactly, a learning experience. You see, Sable, before one can own their own bike, they must prove that they can ride a bike by taking a test, right, on a different bike. I think about it and find I've never heard of that part of the gliding, but Driss does seem earnest, sort of. So instead of worrying about your bike, I'd like you to try this bike as a test. Driss gestures to the sand cutter at his side. It's quite old and a little shabby. A tester if I've ever seen one. Oh no. It's funny that like every test place I went to for motorbikes, the bikes have all been really new. Because like test bikes are ridden every day, they gain miles so quickly. and because they're kind of being like abused by learners who don't know how to like ride the clutches, or you know, they don't know how to favor like they don't know how to favor the brakes like 60/40, 70/30 and whatever. You find that a lot of those bikes are kind of like 50,000 miles on a bike that's been used for testing people. It's like 75,000 to 80,000 miles on a normal bike, ridden by like a single competent rider. So where I was going with this is, a lot of the bikes at test places are actually quite new, because they tend to sell them after like 4 or 5 years. I don't think I've ever seen a bike older than 5 years at a test center, ever. Which is good, because it means that you're getting a bike that's closer to what you're going to actually be buying. What's the bike's name? Driss seems scandalized. That's a bit personal, don't you think? Just Sandcutter will do for now. Youngsters these days always asking questions. Now ride the bike through the ring and back. And here's some advice for you, my young glider. Don't fall off. Don't lose your bike. When you're not riding it, your hover bike will appear as a blue icon on your compass. That's this thing. Ah. This is a bong. It's a space bong. He doesn't have another bike here, right? Maybe it was the bike in the shed back there that is my bike. Or maybe we end up on this one. Alright, strafing. Ooh, that's cool. Strafing is almost like going slow, because it's meant to go like left and right diagonal, not diagonally, horizontally. But if you go forward with strafe, it's like moving slow. Alright, accelerate. You can't accelerate and strafe at the same time. Alright, I'm gonna take this on a much bigger circle. Hey. We do leave like a little dust trail. The camera is kind of fucked sometimes. It goes a little bit close. Just sometimes, you know? Let's see if there's anything else out here. I know you can't die in this game, right? So why not have a little explore when you know you're pretty much safe from dying? Pretty cool that the smoke almost looks like a 3D structure rather than just looking like smoke, because essentially it is, right, to the game. I turned to Driss, who somehow manages to seem caught off guard despite knowing I was coming. Sable, congratulations. How was your first pre-glide ride? Any strange rattles, unexpected hissing, small fires? What do you mean fires? Surely you'd notice if you're on fire even a little bit. True story. One time there was a biker who was on fire, and I don't know what it was, but I think something he maybe used to like clean or polish his bike had ignited on his exhaust. I don't know how. Maybe his exhaust, sometimes if your bike is running too rich, which means there's too much fuel in the mix, it can backfire, and you can shoot flame out the back, and I think it ignited like a wax or a polish that was on his exhaust. And his exhaust was on fire at like traffic lights. But when he started driving away, I intended to follow him and tell him, but the fire actually went out. Just from like the wind, I guess, or there wasn't enough fuel to keep it burning, right? Like metal's not gonna burn once the whatever's on it was off. I really think that's what it was. I think it was like either like carbon that had collected around the exhaust, or something he'd used to polish it that had like caught. Very weird. Weird experience. You don't expect to look over and see something on fire at traffic lights. Surely you'd notice if you're on fire in a little bit. Yes, absolutely. There we go. Well, obviously it didn't happen, so I think we're fine. Driss, is this bike dangerous? Everything sounded normal. Well, he doesn't finish. Have you ever already been by Halal? Alright. I nearly forgot about Halal, and thanks Driss. And thanks Driss for the reminder. Before at least nudging him a little bit about the bike, I asked him if I'll still be getting one. Well, you're getting the use of this sandcar. That's something, eh? You can borrow it to run your little errands. My little errands? The Halal's got something to show you too. Help you out with more of that mobility you're after. With my confidence in this exercise only lightly tarnished, I thank Driss very much for his help and his bike, and I depart for Halal. I think this is meant to be like a coming of age thing, where I go on the bike on something called the gliding, which is like a big journey. And this idiot is giving me like a used, like, poop mobile. I'm gonna go talk to everybody again. Jaddy greets me warmly. Hello, little glider. That's big glider to you. What was your gliding like? It's so strange getting called that. I asked Jaddy about her gliding. Tell you what, I'll tell you when you get back. I cross my arms in protest. Pout all you want, I don't want to spoil any surprises. She lowers her voice to a whisper. But I did meet some crystal farmers once. Crystal farmers? And that's all I say about that. You should get going. Pretty good decision not to tell me, honestly. I don't want to get spoiler-rude. Alright, Halal says, head over to the temple, Sable. Promise it will be worth the trip. This is to fill up my little thing, right? What is this guy? I'm guessing we can't get up there. What was the sprint button? What was the sprint button? B. Oh shit! We can climb? Or was that just like stopping myself from falling? We can climb. Death Stranding. Alright, let's get some stamina and we'll try and climb this. I'm assuming there's gonna be like upgrades for stuff like this. A chum egg. This is the thing. This is the thing. There's like 120 or something, and you only need like 60 to get the achievement for it. Chum egg, often offered up by chums when planting themselves into the ground, perfectly smooth and hard as a rock. These eggs seem to float with how light they are. There must be a good place to deliver these. Mm-hmm. That's what that is. Can we climb on a building? What the hell? Spider-Man? Alright, let's get on our little scooter. I kinda had a feeling when he showed us the beat-up scooter that it was gonna be the one we'd use. It makes more sense to give a new player a crappy thing and have them upgrade it themselves and feel accomplished than give them a, you know, brand new shiny thing. Right, it's the wooden sword of this game. Might be going to a temple, right? Is it this way? Is this the temple? That looks like a temple. Let's have a scooch around the outside. This could be one of those games where it's actually better to rush the first part of it to get upgrades and then use the upgrades to explore rather than like exploring as you go. This thing doesn't use fuel, does it? Alright. We can't Skyrim this cliff. Oh, yeah we can. No we can't. Maybe we can? Hold up, hold up. Hold up, I'm not giving up. We're gonna Skyrim this ship. Camera. Yeah, the camera is not the best. Not the greatest. The music's very subtle. I turned the audio down for the stream because it was a little bit loud on that first song, but this song's actually a lot gentler. Maybe I'll... You know what I'll do? I'll up the volume of the game a little bit for the stream. Let's go for minus 5.5 decibels. Got another egg. Another chum. Chum? Chum? Chum. Did he look slightly different? Does he have like wings on the bottom? I didn't notice that on the other one. It's a Mothman. Looks like he's wearing a nuclear cleanup hood. Maybe we need to build a new temple. You guys ever think of that? This temple is pretty messed up. There's no color in here now. Everything's desaturated. I almost feel like this thumbstick is too quick. Can I change that? Controls, camera sensitivity. Yeah, like just like a little bit too quick. That's fine. I'm looking around for collectibles. More Chumegs. We found dye in that first little temple. Maybe shrines and temples, sculptures will have dye behind them. The stone thrums like the beat of a heart as I approach the altar. I'm gonna say it feels right. We're being a girl boss, right? I'm ready for Rohana to know me. I'm ready to know myself. I feel her curiosity in this sacred place. I know I am in her sight. Did I present the little stone? I didn't expect that. I was expecting to charge up the stone, put the stone on the bike and get like a speed increase. Or something like that. I want to look behind that statue in the back. Random brick. Cool. Whole temple's made out of these giant stone things. All this random brick. Gliding. Press A and hold in midair to glide. Oh! Another brick. I didn't know that was a thing. I'm gliding. Maybe that's why they call it the gliding. Maybe it's nothing to do with the fucking racing bike thing. And you maintain momentum from the sprint, so it feels pretty natural. Oh shit. No! Can we get back up to the top? I was gonna check behind this little statue anyway. I think. Oh shit. Ah, that calls the elevator, like walking through that little gap. Alright, let me up. Yeah, the camera's goofy sometimes. Like going almost into your body. Very weird. I wanted to try gliding up there, but I don't think that's possible. I think I'm gonna need something else to get over there. I don't even know where I want to go. I saw that little like pieces of wood up there and I'm like, yeah, there's no way. Oh. What the fuck? What the fuck? Okay. So this is intentional. You're meant to do this. Feels weird to hold circle and X on a PlayStation 4 controller at the same time. Feels weird, but it's okay. It's not bad, just strange. Oh! And this is where the thing collapsed. So I think I would either need it to have glided there or possibly like climbed a little bit. I guess that was the intended way. There's my bike. These mountains kind of look like giant hamburger buns with sesame seeds on them. Don't know why I thought of that, but it just does. When I'm like jumping down, that's the kind of texture it looks like. Show halal the activated gliding stone. Cool. What does the 9 mean down on the left? I think that might be time of day. The thing on the right is money. This looks like a wooden ship that's like being abandoned. Did you know if there's a ship in a dockyard that isn't tied up, that if it's not tied up, it's free to anybody to salvage? There are still salvage laws in the UK. So if you go to a dockyard and you see like an old boat and it's not actually tied to anywhere, you can just take it. Within reason, of course, but it's meant to show that like if a boat's abandoned and people aren't taking care of it, you can just have it. We should try climbing up there. Why do I know like so much random things? Like I've never even had a boat. You know what I mean? Why do I know salvage laws? Feels strange being able to grapple without actually pressing any buttons. All you press is forward and she just does it. Especially on flat surfaces. Big metal thing over there on the left. Oh, Ibex camp. So it is Ibexy, as in Ibexy. Alright, climb the hamburger buns. When I return to Halal, it's clear they know what I've just experienced. They're excited on my behalf in a way that makes me miss them before I've even left. Isn't it incredible? How does it feel? exciting like true freedom. We're clicking all the girl boss answers. I tell Halal that hovering is exciting and ramble for a moment about all the things I'll be able to do when I'm out there in the world. Most of them involve me falling on my head and not getting hurt, but I'm sure I'll come up with more in practice. Right? You can do anything you want. Hilal's mood doesn't darken, but the sigh they let out holds a bit of sorrow. You're very lucky, you know. I miss it so much, that feeling just floating on the breeze. But I suppose it's best that it fades with age, Or else I may never have come back from my gliding. I'd just be out there heaving myself into chasms. I'll heave myself into chasms for you? Is that really what you'd do? I wish we could all do it. Is that really what you'd do? They think about it. Why not? If I had the power, why not use it? I know people manage to keep it up, but I don't know that I've got the time to practice as much as they do. It takes a really serious focus. Halal laughs even if there's a bit of regret in it. And I certainly haven't got that. Still, I suppose the gliding wouldn't mean much if it were all gain and no loss, I think about that, but decide that there is already too much loss on my mind to consider it much further. I'm saying goodbye to my clan, my family, my home, my childhood. To lose the perpetual is a sacrifice for another time. You're gonna love it out there, Sable, even when you don't. My advice, try to have fun. There's a lot to be said about ritual and independence and all of that out there, but the world's an easier place if you put joy first. I thank Halal for their advice and for their help and tell them I'll miss them. Oh my god, the gender neutral pronoun thing is like... Oh, it's so hard to read. I thank Halal for their advice and for their help and tell them I'll miss them. Oh, it like twists your tongue. It's so difficult to say it. It'll be over before you know it. A warning and a reassurance all in one. I say goodbye to Halal. Before I go, Halal gestures towards the tower. It seems Cizo wishes to see me before I leave the clan. Like, I'm not saying anything negative about having the pronouns. I'm just saying that it's a tongue twister. Them for them. It's like, you know? Him for him, her for her. Like, it would be just as difficult to say those things. Hey, look, is that a baby over there? Is somebody with like a little miniature baby? Alright, we're gonna talk to them in a bit. You know, I said we're leaving our family. Was that like family in like a, you know, not actual sense? Because who's our mom and dad? This guy? Cizo is an outclanner to the Abexi, but I've known her for nearly as long as I can recall, and think of her more as a kind of distant relation than any sort of outsider. Machinists, I'm told, are given their posts, and by their training and their code, must go to where they are needed. But Cizo has been among us so long that it's easy to forget it's an assignment first and foremost. As far as any of us are concerned, she is one of us. I think there is a perception among the other clans that the Abexi are quite insular, or that our designation of Abexi versus outclanners suggests some nervous othering of those who are unlike us. But in practice, such things are more the result of our nomadic nature. We seek to know who will travel with us and who we must leave behind, but all are welcome to join, and I'm always pleased that Cizo did. Sable, how do you do, clan child? I can only think of one thing. We already have the bike. Cizo has a throaty quality to her voice, and it rumbles through her mask when she laughs. She's quite a serious person most days, and I'm always torn between pride and alarm when I manage to make her chuckle. Yes, Jetty, told me about how excited you were. Cizo sniffs. She also told me Driss would be coming along to get your bike together, but I think he may have... I knew it. I hadn't meant to say that out loud, so I tell her I was clearing my throat. I don't begrudge Driss his forgetfulness. Were I tasked with so many odds and ends, I might be just as scattered, and besides, this will be good for you. What's in their hand? I just noticed that like she has something in her hand. I want you to scavenge the hoverbike parts yourself. I'm gonna make my own hoverbike? That sounds like an adventure. Technically shouldn't Driss do it. Alright, I'm gonna say the first one. I asked Cizo if I'm expected to make my own hoverbike. No, you're going to make... You're not going to make your hoverbike, you're going to build your own hoverbike. What's the difference? To make suggests you're creating something. But your bike already exists, they simply haven't taken form yet. Here, take this. Cizo hands me something. Wait, what the fuck? So, like, say for example, I said I was going to make a house, right? Technically, the wood already exists, it's just not planks yet. And the metal... Technically, everything is built, right? Instead of being made. Because technically, everything already exists. What's the difference? What? That's frying my brain. If you said you're going to build a PC, right? You're building it with parts that exist. But if you said you're going to make a PC, does that mean you need to, like, melt the fucking gold? Print the silicon yourself? I don't even... Cizo hands me something. This is a navigator. You can use it to mark your waypoints on your compass. It should be useful for finding the old parts. I asked Cizo where I might start looking. Our bikes are reborn in the ruined ships, in fragments spread apart. A good start would be the ship down there near the camp. You'll find another up on that great rock near the other side of the canyon. And another behind the old dam on the hill. Use your navigator to mark that down if you need. You'll need to gather a control panel, a power supply, and a calibrator. I'll be back before you know it. Tell Cizo I'll see her soon, and head off in search of the components. Together we will create something new out of the old. I am stuck in position. Oh no, I gotta open the navigator. Using your navigator, press RB to use the navigator to mark interesting landmarks to appear on your compass. You can also add, and I don't even know what it said. So instead of adding them on a map, I'm like adding them this way. It almost feels pointless, but I'm sure there's a point. Like if I was going to this big tower, it's a big tower. Why do I need to mark it, right? Like I'm not that forgetful. I'm gonna know there's a big tower there. Alright, whatever. There's a dude down here waving to somebody. As she looks out across the landscape, Zeki's shoulders sag a little. I wonder what she's thinking about. I saw the photos just as I went live, Chimerix. I saw the photos on Twitter just as like I typed in that I was live and I didn't make them bigger. I'll see them later, I guess. Have you played this game? It seems like the type of game that you might have played. You seem tired. What are you looking at? Something on your mind. What are you looking at? Zeki's voice is weakly incredulous? I don't know how she's done it. That's Ilaria over there. I follow her gaze to a little speck in the distance, which I now understand is her daughter, Ilaria. You want me to get her back? Zeki shakes her head. No, she's fine, and I'll get her. I'm just... She shrugs. Parenting. I suppose I'll know more about that when I'm older. She's stuck? I think she's stuck. I'm gonna go up. I might not have enough stamina to do this yet, though. The little stamina diamond on the left is how much grip I have. I might be able to do it. Yeah, look, there's two people up here. I thought there was two earlier. Are you Ilaria? Ilaria is literally a full-size person shrunk down rather than a child. You can tell because of the shape of their head and the length of their limbs. The balloon was more fun than the person in it. Huh? I approached the cartographer. Ah, greetings, child. I saw you looking longingly at my great balloon. Quite a piece of work, isn't she? It's bigger than I thought. Gotta love the big pair of balloons. I tried to explain that when I first saw the balloon, I thought it was a very small and somewhat far away. But now I see it's quite large and was very far away. I fumbled through the explanation, though, and the cartographer just nods without saying anything. I nod back. Well, good to meet you, and oh, I should introduce myself. I'm Jordan. Should I pronounce it Jordan instead of Jordan? I tell him I'm Sable. Suppose if you've come all this way to see me, it's probably a map you're after, eh, Sable? I would love a map. I tell the cartographer I'd love a map. Of course you would. That'll be 50 cuts. To my ears, it's a fair price for a map, but too expensive for a pre-gliding glider with empty pockets. So tell Jordan I'll be back. I'll need to ask Jetty for money. I have the money! I can't just give you the map for free. Come back when you have some cuts. I have the money! Does the game think I'm not gonna... I've got 80 money. Look in the bottom right. Unless it's a different thing. I've been collecting money. Alright, let's go ask for money. And then we'll see the space goats. You know I said these people are nomadic? So this is the hot air balloon, right? So this moves. This is a tower. This doesn't move. Right? You with me so far? And then that's a fence. Nomadic people typically don't have fences, right? Like, typically they... Typically they just stake their animals into the ground, I guess? I don't even know. What do? Do they like... What do nomadic people do with their animals? I guess they don't have animals. Apart from horses. I don't know. I'm not trying to nitpick. I'm trying to learn the world, right? We're world building. I tell Jaddy the cartographer wants 50 cuts for a map of the Ewer. I try to hedge the way I speak about this, as I'm not entirely sure whether that's too much, not enough, or precisely its value. She'll tell me not to worry. She gave me 2 hundo? Here's some money to get you going on your journey. Use it most wisely, and then a little unwisely when the mood strikes. That's some good advice. I'm writing that in birthday cards from now on. Spend this money wisely, but a little unwisely every so often. You know what I'm saying? Today I found out if you use blue and yellow next to each other, and then hit the middle part with magenta, it makes so many color blends. I mean, yes, right? Right? Because that's the free colors in a printer, kinda. I want to see. I actually don't know what your goal is with like, I don't know what it ends up like, the things you painted today. Like, I saw the yellow and I saw the purple in the thumbnail, but then, like, I don't know where you go with it. Like, what does it end up looking like at the end? You know what I mean? Alright, it's good to know the value of money, but you never want to be ruled by it? Is that what she said? I think Jetty effusively? What the fuck? And head out on my way. This game was written by an English major, you know what I'm saying? Also, that was the same money, so I did have enough money to buy the thing. The game just didn't want me to use my money. I've never done airbrushing like the way you're doing it. You know? Like xenophil highlights and stuff. I know what they are, but I've never done it that way. I've always just done like block colors and used it as like a quick way to get an even application of like block colors. Even when I did the Metal Gear Rex's camo, I originally wanted to do the camo like using stenciling, and if there was like a little bit of a fuzzy edge on some of the masked areas, it would be fine, because that's probably how it would be done on the model, right? Like on an actual Rex. But I ended up brushing it. I thinned down some paint and just brushed it. I've only ever used an airbrush to like apply big areas. Alright, we're buying the map. Yes. I thank Jordan for the Euro map and all its vast possibilities. Something about this makes it feel more real. Good luck on your gliding, Sable. I still remember mine. I asked how it was. Sure, I knew since I was a boy that cartography was for me, but I spent a little extra time out there just to enjoy the world. Speaking of, keep an eye on the skies, eh? Plenty of my colleagues out there, and they'll have more maps to sell you from Hakoa to the Sodic Wastes. I thank Jordan for the tip and say goodbye. Farewell, child. So, men can go on the gliding as well. That's the first time we've been told that. The gliding is... I don't actually know. it's a coming of age thing, right? And you use the power of the gliding stones so that you can explore without the fear of death, I guess, because you can't take fall damage if you're gliding. I'm guessing that's basically what it is, but it also seems like it's a pilgrimage to the different temples in order to, I don't know, activate stuff? To praise the gods? I don't really know. Anyway, we gotta find free parts for this little shitty car. Alright. We're going to this big old spaceship. Listen to this fucking car. The noise. Terrible. It's not a spaceship though, this is a boat. Actually, I don't really know what this is. Let's park our car around here so that we don't get it stolen by sand thieves. Beep, beep, beep. Let me in! See, that worked. You just need to ask nicely. There's nothing of use to be found in the ship, but I notice a blinking light on the dashboard of the cock. Push the button. Yes. A voice crackles from the machinery in front of me. It sounds like a recording, it's barely audible. Stop messing about with those buttons, you absolute idiot. Sorry, Ramen. Concentrate. I don't think I have to remind you how much work it has to get this far. Alright, cool. Alright, let's see if that old machinist told us holds up. If not, there will be hell to pay. I hear the sound of mechanical adjustments being made, 3 clicks, buttons being pressed perhaps. Okay, when I push this orange thing, pull that lever hard. Oh, on Rohanna's mask. Not that hard, you've torn it out. Suddenly the speakers are filled with static and a low rumble that gradually increases in pitch. And the sound of some cheering. It worked, we're flying. More cheering, is that the sound of someone dancing? How would you hear the sound of someone dancing? Let's focus, this thing is moving fast. We need to slow it down a bit. How do we do that, Ramen? Let me check the machinist's notes. A long pause, the rumbling of static sound that started playing when the ship took off is still increasing in pitch. Ramen, that lever, Toma. The one you just ripped out. We're going too fast, we're going to crash. We need to try it. And then the recording cuts out. So about that part that I came here for. About that part. Can I get anything? Oh, I'm pissed off now because I didn't get a part. Simon, are you looking for a calibrator? I am immediately on guard. Simon has already been a mischief maker. Why am I getting so many messages? Okay. And taking tremendous pleasure in tormenting me. In theory, I'm older and more experienced and should be more than able to withstand it. In practice. You won't find it here. I've hidden it. You'll never find it. Never, never. She never fails to get to me. May I have it, please? I decided to be gentle and I ask if I have it, please. May I please have it? She mimics me terribly. All high and screechy despite my best efforts, I see. Oh well, too bad. Maybe you'll find it on your own, but I don't think so. Simon laughs off my irritation, but I'm not going to give her the satisfaction. I cross my arms and try to effect a change. I'll give you the calibrator. I put my hand, proud of myself for standing tall before Simon. If you give me some beetles. That's a fair trade, isn't it? Something you want for something I want. Try to decide if it's more mature to push her over and steal the calibrator, or to... What did it say? Acquiesce? Did it just use the word acquiesce? This game was written by an English major. It's a free and up game. Using words like acquiesce, stifle. But then I simply stifle a sigh and shake her little hand. Perhaps some of the adults in the camp know where I can find some. You know what? We've got other stuff to do. I'm not fucking around looking for beetles. I do want a faster bike than this piece of shit, though. I mean, this thing's like farting and coughing. God, that camera sometimes. Sometimes the camera, like, feels not good, you know? What is this place? It didn't tell me to go here. Alright. Oh, fuck. Let's go talk to the adults. Let's try and find some beetles. Yo, what up, Grandma? I need beetles. Do you know where I can find some beetles? There's a nest of beetles just east of here. You can just walk up to one and catch it, though. There's some seeds growing on the rocks around the nest. Drop a seed on the floor and the beetles will start eating it, then you can sneak up and grab it. Alright. I've already said all this, so... Whee! I wonder if people speedrun this game. Because it's such a stretched out exploration game that you would think no. Assuming this is north, maybe this is east? Does it tell me? Ah, this is east. Oh god, this map is terrible. Alright, let me tell you how this is working. It's focusing in on me when I press the left thumbstick, right or left, and the pan is springy. You see how the pan like sucks back into the... Oh god, it's horrible. It's also very fast. Oh, it's not very fast. It just has like different degrees of zoom and plays a little animation between them. Alright. What are we looking for? Beetles, right? But we need some plants that drop some seeds. Y'all seen any seeds? Sneeds feeding seed. Formerly Chucks. Oh, here we go. No? You know, people said Death Stranding was a walking simulator. I feel like there's so many games that are actual walking simulators like this. And people don't shit on those. Ah, there's the bugs. I'm guessing these are the plants that drop seeds. Ah. Alright, we gotta wait. We gotta pick up these bitches. Alright, come here. Pick this shit up. Oh shit. Got him. You know what? These guys are hungry. I'm gonna knock some more seeds off for these guys. You know, this game has a dedicated button to sit down. Name one other game that has a dedicated button to sit down. I'm not talking about the, like, ability to sit down. I'm talking about a dedicated sit down button. So before you say World of Warcraft or fucking RuneScape, bear that in mind. Any sitters in the chat? Any sitters like the sitting representation? Look at this. Look at this. You just sit down. The hard part's standing back up. What's up here? Nothing? Whole lot of nothing. Why did that kid want beetles anyway? You know what I'm saying? And why does it look like we're walking on a hamburger bun covered in sesame seeds? Are we ever gonna find that out? My bike is this way. Oh shit. Oh no. What? I got turned around there. I thought my bike was like over there to the right. It's this way. Where's my bike? Dude, where's my car? Alright, what were the other two places? There was a crash-landed ship up on a mountain. That's to the south. I didn't mark them on the map because I thought it was better than the map, and now I'm regretting it. Also, we don't know where Saima is, the little kid. We don't actually know where she is. This fucking bike sucks. Look at it. This bike actually sucks. So bad. Goes like 7 miles per hour. Is she not here? Maybe she's inside. Like, look how aerodynamic this thing is. It's a fucking square on the front. I think this is the bike we're gonna get, or at least part of it. So, that game that we just finished, The Ascent, I get what you mean by the game just sort of ending. Like, after the final boss, which I essentially cheesed, I kept going into the mech suit and then just holding to press the button. After that, the game was like, hey, game's over now, go do what you want. But I think the reason they did that and like let you continue to play even if you have nothing to do is because they're adding DLC. They're adding DLC on the 18th, and you go straight into the DLC, or you can go into New Game Plus. So that like machine gun shotgun thing that you get near the end, you'll be able to use that from the start of the game, and enemies aren't just stronger, they'll also use abilities, which is pretty cool. Quest update. Give the beetles to Saima. Wait, because we already have them, right? Just to play in the cave underneath the camp. Dude, I need to start reading the quests. Yeah, I'm tempted to buy the DLC. I feel like it's worth it, especially since I've paid hardly anything for the actual game itself. Hell, I don't even know where that cave is. I forgot. This it? Hello. I feel embarrassingly vindicated as I hand Saima the beetles. For rather than gloat, she hands me the calibrator and begins to cry. What have I done? You're leaving, you'll never come back. Oh, she stole the thing so that I would stay here longer. I'm gonna comfort her. She blows her nose and then wipes her hand on her tunic. Yara never came back after the last gliding. Aren't you sad? You were her friend. People leave, that's their choice. I tell Saima that Yara is allowed to do whatever she likes, and if it's her choice to go, then we must respect it. I wonder if she can tell I'm putting a little extra weight in my voice, which I hope sounds like wisdom of age. You wouldn't leave forever, right? Not forever. I start to speak, but Saima cuts me off with a wail. Please don't go. I tell Saima not to worry, that I will be back sooner than she knows, and I'm sure she pouts behind her mask. Yeah, what's the fucking whole point of the masks if you can't see each other's expressions? The game's constantly saying things like, I'm sure behind her mask she's upset. Like, why not just... are you trying to get around the independent developer problem of having to animate faces? I don't get it. I add that I am not back... wait. And I add that if I'm not back sooner than she knows, then she'll be ready for her gliding by then, and she can come bother me herself. Promise? I say yes. Good, then I suppose I can come see you off. I thank her and say goodbye for now. So, the gliding being like a coming-of-age thing, once you're a certain age, you can't actually glide. Like, the gliding stones stop working for people. Unless you train or something. Like, it kind of explained it, but then it also kind of didn't. I wonder if I go to that garage where the bike is, if I'm able to activate it and somehow install this part now. Nope. Alright. Next stop is... I've actually forgot. I have genuinely forgot. I'm not even trolling here. Quests. Find a control panel, find a power supply. Yep, I have forgotten where to go. After mocking the game, saying that I don't need directions, I've forgotten where to go. I know there's a crash landed ship up here, but I can't remember where the other one is. Like, I can see it right there. Oh, it's behind the damn wall. Yeah, it's the damn wall. If I can remember where that is. You ever have to like pop your ears randomly? I don't live like up a mountain or anything, like I'm not high above sea level. But my ears randomly, I just need to pop them. Maybe like once a day? Once every 2 days? That's gonna be a quest to get up there. There's one little shroomy egg up there. But I think the way this game is, it's maybe better just to follow the main quests, get all the upgrades, and then come back to like, you know, get 100% later. Like this might be pointless when we have a ship that can like fly up here. Or a bike that can just ramp up here. Here we go. How do I get in? Is there a crouch button? I can sit. I don't think there's a crouch button. 4 eggs. I saw a really cool figure on Twitter the other day, and it was posted by a company. Clicked on their website, and I thought it was like a garage kit to like paint yourself. It wasn't. It was a grey like prototype blank, and the real figure, judging by their other figures, is gonna cost like 600. I don't think I'm the only person in the world who would rather just like buy one that's not painted, you know? Alright, let our stamina go back up and see if we can climb this. We might just be able to make it. Nice. I think this is the right place. Is this the right place? The place that had the big ship like sticking out the top of it? I guess we'll find out. The Ascent was a really good game though. So many things that you just like take for granted in games, you normally don't get in a game from a studio that small. Things like the amount of voice acting, the amount of side quests, cutscene animations, like all that type of stuff, lip syncing. I know the lip syncing was like automated, but you know, even just having that is pretty cool. Not having to read all the dialogue like in this game. Like this game, you can clearly tell it's an indie game, right? Automatic atomic power supply. Sorry, not automatic. Was that on the quest sheet? Yes. Oh, shit. Okay, that was worthwhile accidentally falling down. Look at this. Legend of Zelda, a cache of 100 cuts made from metal harvested from crashed ships. They have holes punched through the middle where a rope can be slid through for easy and convenient transportation. Alright, maybe it was worth falling. And we're right next to my bike. Good shit. Alright, what about this dam? What about this dam? It says dam, but I don't think there's water on the map. Is it this here? Which way is south? I'm fucking terrible at using maps, dude. Ugh. One of my worst things is my sense of direction in games. In the real world, I have like this constant sense of where things are, and I'm normally able to work my way somewhere. Like, you can put me on any road in the area I live and say which way's north, and I'll tell you which way's north, like instantly. Not difficult to remember where north is, even if you get spun around a bunch of times. But in games, nope. Alright, the dam is either... The dam is either those two guys holding hands, or it's this over here. I think it's this over here. God, I hope the next bike is better than this. This thing's barely even... It's fucking scraping the ground. You know? One rock and we're toast. Whoa! Okay. Not good, not good. I'm gonna leave my bike outside. So, I think it's pretty clear to say that, like, this is post-apocalyptic, right? The fact that there's wood ships makes me think that we're in the bottom of, like, a dried-up ocean. Yeah. Cuts. This game has photo mode, by the way. Pretty cool. Pretty cool. It isn't unrestricted though. There's a slight restriction to it. Your camera has, like, it bumps off the ground. Hey, there's some extra coinage up here. Extra coinage. There you go. There's your photo of the day. Composition's kind of bad, actually. Maybe this is better. Maybe if I change the FOV. If I change the FOV, I might be able to get this into 3 parts with the pink, orange, and then the mountain. Oh, not that one. Nope. That's too much FOV. Maybe about there. There you go. Except we can't take screenshots because I don't know how the overlay works. It's Shift and F2, right? Alright, the Shift F2 overlay doesn't work. I guess that's Ubisoft. Bye, bird. Off it goes to hit a despawn trigger and get deloaded out of memory. Never to be seen again. Cool. That's a lever. We had this discussion once before. Is it lever or lever? It's lever. A lever is somebody who leaves somewhere. A lever is a lever. Is the best way to get over there maybe to climb up here first? And then drifto my way down? Is there a lador over here? No? No ladors? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Fuck. Fuck. can't Dark Souls sprint up ladders. You know how you can ladder sprint in Dark Souls? Doesn't happen in this game. Shit, there must be a way up there, right? There's money on top of this. That's why I want to go. Like, there's the monies right there. Just want money. I don't even know what money is used for. I just want it. Oh, hello? Hello, camera? Oh! Nope. Has to be a way. Maybe I'll look at it from a different angle. I bet there's a ladder on this left-hand side, and I'm just an idiot for not looking. No! Okay. You gotta put the circle into the circle hole. Atomic control panel. Right, think. How do we get that money? How do we get it? There has to be a way. They wouldn't put a chest there if there wasn't a way. Can we maybe pull the lever again and it makes it easier to get the money that way? Or do I just need to like level up my stamina and come back or something? I don't know. Maybe if I don't sprint jump, so I have a tiny bit more stamina. Nah. We done fucked it. I'm out of here. I don't need your money. God, those first two clicks that you just heard were my wrists. Did you know that people who like click their wrists and their fingers and ankles and necks and joints and stuff, that there's no proof it causes long-term damage? There's no proof. It definitely causes some type of relief, right? Like you feel you need to do it. Can't press the button again to close that. Alright, we're leaving the money. Let's go upgrade this hunk of junk bike. Oh my god. Oh! What the fuck? Why did they send me out on this death trap? Do they want to kill me? Is that what this is? Is this like a survival of the fittest thing where they take the weakest members of the group, throw them out on these shitty bikes, and like see if they die? This thing runs on fucking farts. Like how is it nuclear powered and it's farting out this much smoke? Oh god, oh god. I'm returning to this guy, right? Oh wait, no I'm not. No I'm not, no I'm not. No I'm not. He's an idiot. He forgot to build me a bike. I'm going to the other person who's up on the old tower. Hello, dude. Engineer man. I returned to Caesar with the parts and it says... Wait, oh she's a woman. I forgot that. I thought she was a man. I returned to Caesar with the parts and it's... As she waves me over that I feel a pang of sadness in my chest. When will I see her again? Well done, Sable. Yes, this is everything we need. Are you ready to assemble the bike? A bike of your own. I'm ready. Is this the bike assembling music? Caesar relaxes in the workshop. It isn't that she's particularly rigid or anxious ordinarily, but there's a certain calm beauty that one can only truly appreciate when Caesar is in her element. I wonder if it's the same way with all machinists. What you must understand, Sable, is that the components you acquired, they fit together. Not by chance, not by effort, but by nature. They belong to her. Yes. Good old natural nuclear power supply. They have always belonged to her. All we are doing is assembling her from what she has already been. I nod and feel a soft buzzing in my ears. Among my clan, we believe that machines have names, held for ages like deep secrets unheard by those unequipped to listen. We will find this one's name together. Alright, champ. I want you to close your eyes and try and think of what this machine's name is. You might hear it like come to you if you like concentrate long enough. We're gonna sit here next to this space bong and we're gonna think about it. That's not a space bong, that's like a space dildo. Jesus Christ, what is this? What is this? Flared bottom? Tapered shaft? She's got some explaining to do. Where do you put that at night, you know? Jeez. Alright. Don't sit on it. No, I'm kidding. Right, stand up. Stand up. Oh god. I can never get her to stand up. Is it intentional that when you sit down, she just doesn't listen to your commands? There we go. Alright. Let's put this fucking thing on this part. You know what? I'm not gonna do this quest. I'm just gonna take this somewhere else. That is the... Watch this throw. That is the throw of a girl boss. You know what I'm saying? Fuck. Alright, don't be sexist, Depp. Shut up. Gliding bike boost door? Alright, it's a boost door. Maybe it actually gives us a boost button. Are we like sucking on this thing? Right, put it on the ass. Gliding bike front. Okay. And then we press the assemble button. We got an achievement. It says Bike Man. That looks like a much better bike than the thing we were using. Listen. Cecil tilts her head a moment, leaning closer to Simoon. Wait, who the fuck is Simoon? Oh, it's the name of the bike. All at once, I know the hoverbike's name, Simoon. I say in a whisper to let Cecil know. Simoon. Simoon. Well done, Sable. What sort of name is that? It actually sounds like a Korean name, right? What does it mean? Does she want to go with me? What does it mean? What does it mean? You should ask her for yourself. Cizo looks entirely serious. The bike, to my enduring surprise, says nothing. Even when I lean close, I tell Simoon that I'm eager to know her better, and Cizo looks quite proudly at the both of us. You're ready then for the gliding. May all the gods turn their faces from you. An odd blessing perhaps, but Cizo is prone to such things. I can read in her tone that it was meant quite sweetly. You must learn to listen to Simoon. To care for her, seek out my fellow machinists on your travels, Sable. They will teach you the art of machine whispering. Machine whispering? Oh, and here, take this. It's a machinist badge. You'll meet plenty of my ilk on your gliding. Show them your worth and they'll give you more badges. I thank Cizo twice for good measure and give a bow. I am ready. So the gliding isn't gliding on the glider. The gliding is like this thing. But I guess it's both, kinda. What the fuck? Let me on the bike. Alright, let me go back up here and talk to her. Caesar looks busy. I should leave her to it. Am I not getting the bike? What? Don't tell me my game glitched. Hold on here. What's my fucking quest? I should speak to Jadi about the final gliding ceremony. Ah. Jadi's the old grandma. I guess we should say goodbye to this piece of shit. You know how like you can talk to bikes and whatever in this game. You know what I would do if I was talking to this bike? I would sit down like this. And then I would stand up and fucking leave. Fuck this bike. Alright, I'll BRB. I need to pee. If you need to pee, you can also go pee. Last night I was watching Cynics. Cynics lives in California, so his streams are like 8 hours time difference to me. He was streaming at 6 AM my time, which was like 10 his time. And one of his viewers asked if he could go pee. It's the funniest fucking thing I've ever seen. Actually funny. Genuinely funny chatter. A rarity. Alright, BRB. Hello, I'm alive. Hold up, why am I getting Steam messages now? Who's messaging me on Steam? Alright. Video games. Let's talk to old woman. I returned to Jada with a new lightness, and it makes the weight of my departure feel heavier still. What a strange day. Sable, is that a badge you've got there? Caesar gave it to me. I tell Jadi that Caesar gave me the badge. Then you must have earned it. Well done. I give a bow of thanks. Well, Sable, if you keep this up, you'll be headed for the Mask Caster in no time. I try to think about going to the Mask Caster, but it seems impossibly far away. Imagine choosing what I want to be. Imagine choosing what I want to be forever. I know what you're thinking, but don't worry about it. You'll get plenty of badges when you're out there, and once you've got 3 alike, you can trade it in for that mask. I think this is something that I know about this game. One of the only things I know. You can unlock like all the masks, right? Like she's saying something you choose forever. You don't like just get free of a badge and then become like a machinist. You get to like pick and choose the masks. But don't feel like your first mask is your final choice. See? The gliding is about freedom and exploration. I suggest you claim as many masks as you wish. Only at your final ceremony will you be asked to choose one. Which one should I choose? You'll have to feel it out, but when you know, you'll know. Now, the toner for now puts the butterflies back in my stomach. With all of this done, There's only one thing left. It's time then, isn't it? Time to walk through the face door at the Temple of Rohana. There, you'll assemble your gliding mask and go. There are things I wish to convey, Jadi. Here, depths of the love and gratitude and fear, worry and hope. And though I find myself unable to speak any of it in words, I know she understands. Before you leave, child, I made you these. Dude, I got new digs. New fucking outfit. They're dyed with the traditional Ibexi maroon, and I hope provide you with great comfort out in the desert. When you leave today, you will no longer be Sable, clan child of Ibexi. You'll be Sable, and the rest will come. But no matter what you are, no matter where your journey takes you, I will always know you. I will always love you, and I'll see you again. I don't know where my journey will end, but I know where it must begin, and I'm ready. I thought we were gonna come back here at some point. I mean, we still have that big guys holding hands thing to look at, right? Face door. I wonder what we're gonna do. I mean, that looked like it was gonna be the exit, the guys holding hands, right? We're not gonna go through the wall. But then it's saying we're going this way to the thing. Should head to the temple to begin my gliding. There's all our shit. We got some dye. We got a chum egg. Got a bunch of key items. We got some bike parts. We got a bajo. How do you equip this shit? Oh, clothing. So you can't take off your mask, but it says a child's mask. A blank-looking mask worn by all children of the dunes. Most kids customize theirs for fun, but more traditional clans frown on that sort of self-expression. A Bexy children's top, and then a Bexy glider top. Bexy comfy sandals for exploring sandy places. Easy to get sand out of, but not the best for climbing. Oh. Maybe our climbing improves with these, like, you know, this outfit. Dank. I'm a little bit confused, though. What about our glider? It's still pointing me to the shitty glider. I don't want to use this shitty glider, it sucks. Do I really have to use this shitty glider and then come back after the ceremony for the other one? What the fuck? What a joke. You know what I'm saying? What a joke. I want to use this thing. What's she gonna say? Busy? There's nothing I'm missing. Like, I can't press this button or anything. Alright, I guess we're going on the shitty glider. It's been almost 2 hours. Why am I still on the shitty glider? I want something that doesn't cause, you know, global warming. Look at it. It's terrible. This is where I'm meant to go, right? Yeah, there's the face. Are the gods the only ones that are allowed to show their faces like this right now? And then the worshippers of those gods can't show their faces? Is that the lore here? Camera is messed up sometimes. There's the squatting nuclear power guy. Reminds me of old Tomb Raider. You know, like old Tomb Raider before she became Nathan Drake? Oh god. Or like old Prince of Persia. I'd really love to go back and play Prince of Persia, but I think I'd have to emulate it, right? It's probably way too expensive to buy a PlayStation 2. In the UK. Probably better off emulating it, honestly. I was looking at a video review of this little upscaler, like a little HDMI upscaler that people use on retro consoles. And the dude used it on a Switch to put to upscale one of the new Pokemon games to 4K, and the anti-aliasing on it, it looked amazing compared to what it normally does. It's like a little GPU, but it's a dongle. Like, it's a little dongle. And it has an upscaler built into it. Called a retro something. I can't remember exactly what it was called. The video caught my eye from the thumbnail and I got clickbaited in, and it was well worth the watch to know that there's something out there that does that. Oh, we're climbing at an angle. I forgot I could climb at an angle. My GPU has been screaming playing this game. I think it's a capacitor whine that I'm hearing. Sometimes the capacitors on your GPU, if they're hitting high frame rates, they whine. I'm not really sure why it happens, but it's always been a thing. People used to take a hot glue gun. This is 100% true, by the way. People used to take a hot glue gun and put hot glue over their capacitors because it would dull the noise. This is like 10 years ago people did this. I don't know if people do it now. The best fix for it is just to have a more soundproof case. You get lucky or you don't with capacitor whine. Is that our mask? Are we getting to choose which one to take? Or are we just gonna get this one? It's ibexy, right? So this is like meant to look like an ibex? Weird. Alright, I guess this is it. Ibexy mask. I guess I'll put it on now. Mask worn by those in the Sand Sea made of bone. The ones particular to the ibexy are made from the skull of a mountain goat. Cool. Do I have to reset the temple for the next guy? That was a joke. Yeah, it's weird because if this is a dried up sea, which is what I think it is, then how is this temple under the water? Was this before the land got dried up? Before it was an ocean in the first place? Has this been built after? It definitely feels like at some point some type of big disaster happened, right? Nobody's maintaining these temples. It's not like we're the people who made these temples in the first place. Art. Where's my shitty bike? Is that somebody's shitty bike that's been destroyed? Or just a piece of a pillar? Look at this thing. Look at this fucking bike. It teleported me off it for this cutscene. That's the mailbox. It looks like a suppository, but it is a mailbox. Logging in. Hello, Sable. Jaddy's voice echoes strangely through the machine, yet still it warms me. Well, Sable, this is it. By the time you hear this, we will have gone. The gliding is a journey you must begin alone. Oh, shit! I thought they were going to be here to, like, wish me off. But because they're nomadic, they've, like, fucked off already. And the big hole is open between the guys holding hands. There's a certain nuance lost in transmission, and for that I am grateful. It'd be far too much to hear the cracks in her voice and not run weepily into her arms to stay forever, but I am ready. And so I close my eyes and listen. But though you go by yourself, you are not without friends, you are not without family, you are not without love. These things you will always carry with you as you do your mask. And I know I'm not supposed to do this, but if I were you, I might go and see Yutari. They're the machinist at Burnt Oak Station, and among Cizo's closest friends. Yutari is a good contact to have on one's gliding, and a fine way to get another machinist badge if you're so inclined. Only a suggestion though. As for us, I'll send you another message once we've returned to the Ewer, so keep an eye on the postbox and try not to forget us. She takes a long breath, and I forget that things as easy as breathing could ever exist. The world is waiting, Sable. Good luck. Do you think that... Oh, wait. Are we running to our other bike? What the hell? Oh, you call out and your bike comes towards you. This thing's a lot quieter than that piece of shit bike we had. Do you think the piece of shit bike is still there? Oops. It says strafe, but it can't strafe. Yeah, it can't strafe. And there's no boost button. Right. Hear me out here. I know this game's a free and up, but do you think these two guys' long robes, the two guys holding hands, do you think that's meant to look like a vagina? Like, I mean, tell me that doesn't look like a big vagina. You know what I'm saying? You're going on a journey. You know, it's a coming of age ceremony. That looks like a big vagina. Do you see it? I see it. It's the first thing I thought of. Why else would their arm robes go all the way to the ground? You know what I'm saying? Uh-oh, what the fuck? Oh, that was intentional. The camera does that. Ah, it's a cinematic camera. Look, look, it's a big vagina. It's even like, yeah. I I'm probably the only person that went through there saying big vagina, but okay. It actually feels a little bit laggy, even though I'm at 100 plus FPS. I wonder why. It's doing the old Death Stranding thing of playing music as you enter a new area. I'm guessing this is the next village. Is that Perry the Platypus up there? I'll see if I can find a place to park up. I know the game wants me to be on the back of this and driving for this section. I thought this was going to be a village with people here, but now I'm not so sure. It kind of seems empty. Yeah, I thought like fire would mean, hey, there's a bunch of people here, but maybe they're higher up, maybe they're not here at all. Whoever's money that was, it's mine now. I'm going back to my bike. I kind of want to climb this, but I don't feel like there's people here. And I know that finding people is probably one of the biggest things in the game, because the people are going to be the people who guide me, rather than just going places and finding stuff. Like, the only thing I can think of finding on my own is money. And we have plenty of money right now. Pretty cool the way that when you use an item, she actually uses the item. You know what I mean? Like she's looking down at her compass. Let's have a look at the map. Oh wow. We are really far south. Is there gonna be people here? I don't think so. Alright, you know what I'm gonna do? It is... Isn't that like a real tree that looks like this in Africa? Or like the big thick trunk? Oh, it's a balloony guy! Alright, we do need to get up there. But we'll do it tomorrow. It is midnight, so even though it's been a short stream, like only 2 hours, I'm gonna end the stream now, because I went to bed yesterday, or rather this morning, at 9 a.m. I'm not exaggerating. I went to bed at 9 a.m. and, you know, I need to try and get myself back onto a cycle, I guess, of sleeping at decent times. Yeah. I don't know how this game saves, so I'm gonna go ahead and see if I can exit to menu. Oh, save. I guess that's it then, right? It's kind of hard to tell which one is yes and which one's no. I've clicked on both, so it should be saved. These load screens as well were very long for some reason. Yeah, there we go. 1 hour and 47. Masks collected 2. GG. The next game I wanted to play was Hyperspace Outlaw, and I want to finish playing Phoenix Point, so I guess we'll play either Phoenix Point tomorrow or this. I want to get back to playing one game at a time, is another thing I want to do. And this game is about 17 hours long. Phoenix Point probably has another 12, maybe 15. There is an ending to Phoenix Point, but it's a very long game if you want it to be. Alright, auf Wiedersehen, good night. Thanks for watching. Follow my Twitter. Good night. Good night. I guess the stream will go to whoever it goes to. It's set up to auto-host. I don't feel like rating. I was thinking about rating people again, but I don't know. Rating's weird. Good night. Good night.